coffee chat.
Okay.
Attendance to, yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna leave you now, Brian. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye-bye. All right,
Okay.
everybody. It seems that we're live. So we're using Teams for the first time for Principal's Coffee. Bear with us as we learn through this. Feel free to send us a chat, and then that way we'll know if you're able to interact with the meetings.
Okay. Welcome, everybody. Happy to have you here for our first Principal's Coffee of the school year. Lots of exciting things coming up, and we're going to go through that. But one thing we wanted to do is start off with really our annual kind of data dig and talk about the last school year, the 24-25 school year, all that we accomplished, things that we exceeded, things we're working on, and just ready to take your questions as well. So I hope you enjoy this data talk. And again, at the end, I'll be happy to talk about anything else that you want to talk about. But it's been a great start to the school year. We have about 1,715 students here, which is great. That's 15 over projection. And we are still enrolling students every day. So we're happy to welcome our new Midtown families and welcome back our old or veteran Midtown families. So we'll go on with our presentation. Carrie and Jennifer.
All right. Good morning, everyone. I'm Jennifer Capelli. I'm one of the assistant principals here, and welcome. Today, we're going to take a look at admin and counselors so you know who to contact for your particular student. Also share a few Midtown Connection ways to stay in touch with us and know what's going on with your student, and then a data review. So just so that we have our counselors, most of our counselors are returning, and you probably know them. Ms. Palekia handles all of our 9th graders. Ms. Rucker is 10th through 12th grade, last names A through E. Ms. Brantley is last names F through K for 10th through 12th grade. Mr. Bunlevy is new to our team and handles last names L through R. And Dr. Falcone, S through Z, so that you have your counselors. There is a tiny APS code right there that takes you to the Midtown website that gives you a little bit more information, and also the link to sign up for parent conferences. Also for admin, for our returning families, it stayed the same as last year, but we want to make sure that you know the administrative team that's here at Midtown and who to contact, again, for your particular student. So Mr. Vincent partnered with Ms. Palekia as all 9th graders. And then for 10th through 12th grade, Dr. Bachman handles last names E through G. Dr. Davis, A through D, Ms. McBrien, H through K, myself, L through R, and then Mr. Howard, S through Z. All right. We have a few ways. We just want to make sure that our families are aware of this. This is going to be posted on our website. We'll also be handing them out at conferences when those of you come. We really want to make sure that every single person is signed up for Parent Portal so that you can stay in the know of your students' attendance, grades, all of those kinds of things, and that is in real time. Also, Schoology, there's a QR code there to access Schoology from the parent perspective so that you can see due dates, upcoming assignments, missing assignments. We have a QR code for number 3 for every tutorial for all of our teachers in the building. So if your student does need some after school help or needs to make up a test, whatever the case may be, the teacher's tutorial time is there. Also, in addition to regular tutorials that are scheduled after school, the Math Center is opening this week. Monday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays from 3:30 to 5:30, and that's in Miss Rose room C304. And then also just wanted to make sure everyone was knows about my backpack and all of the resources that are in there, especially paper. That is a free resource for all APS families. It will connect you to a live tutor 24/7. So if your student is struggling at home to do the homework assignment or preparing for a test or quiz or whatever the case may be, you can log into my backpack, get onto paper, and it will connect you with a live tutor to help in that subject area. There's also lots of other things, progress learning, formative, Delta Math, all of those things can help students to prepare and get extra practice in classes. If there's any questions on any of those things, just drop them in the chat. All right, taking a look at our data for last year and also a little bit this year. So currently our enrollment as of yesterday was 1719. So we are starting the school year off strong. Our students are in classes, schedules are leveled and ready to go. So we're really excited to see that. And this just gives you a little bit of a high profile of how our students fall. CCRPI attendance so far is at 100%. So we're doing really well with attendance. Please help us continue that as we continue throughout the school year with students on time each and every day, attending all of their classes. Okay, this is a little bit of data from last year, just looking at milestones, looking at SAT scores. You can see that we're pretty consistent across the board with that data. And then also just a kind of a behavior snapshot at the beginning of the year. You can see referrals are pretty minimal as we start our school year.
Ms. Capelli, if I could just jump in real quick.
Absolutely.
Just to make a note about that U.S. history data in the milestones proficient and above, just keep in mind that we have a large number of students who take AP U.S. history. Those students are exempt from the milestones. So you can, it's just a smaller number of students who are taking that, and it does not include our students who are enrolled in AP U.S. history.
Thank you. All right. This is our school EL profile, or English language learners. We are very proud to represent 100 different languages within our school. We have a very diverse population, which is incredible. And this shows you how many students we have in the English language learner program. They receive services in lots of different areas, whether it's push in or pull out. But this is definitely an area that we're continue to focus on and continue to build. This population is also growing at our school and representing an even higher number of languages that we see. All right, so this is a little bit more detail about our EOC data from 2025. This is hot off the press and just released last week. This has been embargoed data that we haven't been able to share until now. So if you take a look at the top, those are overall district averages for each of the test areas, American literature and United States history. Most of our 11th graders take, and then biology and algebra are the majority of freshmen that are taking those classes. So you can see where we fall in comparison to the district overall. We have, we're definitely outperforming the district in each and every area of the milestones. We had a good bit of movement going to distinguished this year. We had more students in that distinguished category. So we're really proud to see the movement that we're making in our EOC data. Anything you want to add?
And this year, of course, I'm sorry, I was distracted. This year, of course, it's in 10th grade, the American Lit.
Yes.
I mean, well, it's not American Lit anymore.
Right.
But
Yeah,
it's in 10th grade.
Lit Comp 2 for 10th graders will hold the milestone this year.
Yes. And those 11th graders will no longer take American literature EOC. All right, I'm going to let Ms. McBrien talk a little bit about the AP scores.
Sure, absolutely. We had a really amazing performance in AP this past spring. I'd like to start, if you look at that chart that's in the bottom right-hand corner, that the number of students the number of students who are taking AP courses continues to trend up year over year, as does the number of those students who are taking exams. We gave 2,134 advanced placement exams this past spring, which was an all-time high. Additionally, of that, we had 91.42% of our students scored 3 or higher on the AP exam, which is well above the average of students nationwide and even internationally who take AP exams. And if you will look at the data from 2024, this was a huge jump from last year. Last year, we had 82.6% of students scoring 3 or higher, and we had 91.4% students scoring 3 or higher this past spring, which is just really, really phenomenal. An outstanding performance. We're so proud of our students and of our advanced placement teachers. And this is also, we recognize that AP teachers, but this is also the culmination of what students have learned over their time here. So it's our students who, and then when they did not take AP, we don't offer AP courses, for example, in ninth grade or 10th grade literature, with the exception of AP seminar in 10th grade. These are students, for example, ELA, AP Language and Comp junior year, AP Lit Comp senior year. They built skills over 4 years to perform well on the exams. And this is the same in all of the content areas. So really, we're so proud of our entire instructional team, and especially our AP teachers.
All right. We also wanted to share some of our end of pathway assessments. So these are our pathways in the CTAE department. Our students take a series of courses and then do take an end of pathway exam in certain areas. So again, we also had a 91.4% pass rate in our EOPAs last year, which if you see from the previous year, it was at 77% who were passing those EOPAs. So we were really, really proud to see that jump. Again, proud of our students, our teachers. It's a lot of effort to go through those courses over the course of 2, 3, sometimes 4 years. And develop those skills to make them successful. So really proud of seeing all of those students be successful on those exams last year.
And being a completer means doing the 3 years, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Correct. All right. So pause here. If there's any questions about our data, you can put those in the chat and we will definitely answer them before we move on to a couple of announcements and then just taking any additional questions that anyone has. Okay.
I do not currently see anything in the chat or in the Q&A.
All right. So we do want to make an announcement. Dr. Davis was trying to join, but is not able to join us right now. But she would be the contact for this. Dr. Davis and the science team are putting together a local IRB review board. So this is for our science fair. We are looking for community members, families who would like to join that. If you scan that QR code or open that link, both of them will go to the same place. It will go to a Google form for you to fill out to express interest in being on that IRB committee for this school year. And then if you have any questions about it, Dr. Davis would be your contact and we can put her email in the chat. Oh, I don't know why that's. Hang on 1 second. That's not sharing correctly.
Carrie, wonder if you could talk a little bit about the testing that we're doing this year, what we're not doing as opposed to last year. Just give us an overview of the testing this year.
Sure, absolutely. So the first test that we're giving this year is MAP. Students take MAP in both math and in reading. It generates a tremendous amount of usable data for the teachers in terms of students' individual needs, but also instructional planning for whole classes. And we will be starting MAP testing. The schedule has changed a little bit, but I do believe it is next week for math and for reading. And that administration, we're doing 1 administration this year, so we are cutting back on the amount of time spent in testing. And then we have our main milestones. That's going to be those happen in late April and May. Additionally, we'll be offering, as we have in the past, the PSAT and the SAT. And if you give me just a moment, I need to pull up the testing schedule. So if you bear with me for just 1 second. Ms. Capella, if you want to continue, and then I'll circle back when I have the schedule in front of me.
All right, absolutely. We do want to share our curriculum night that is coming up on September 3rd. So you should have received this through Infinite Campus early this morning or last night. This will be an opportunity for you to see a day in the life of your students. So for class will begin promptly at 6:05. Each class will have a set amount of time and a transition so that you can follow exactly what your student's schedule looks like during that day. So please join us on September 3rd from 6 to 8:40. And we are really excited to be able to host that event and see all of our families again. Mary, I'll put you back. Miss McBride, I'll put you back over.
All right, I have the information. All right, so we are giving Right Score, which students take within their language arts classes. It also gives a lot of great feedback regarding students' writing that students can see and also teachers can use for instruction. Right Score is given September 15th through 19th. We have the PSAT is on October 21st. Additionally, we have access testing for English language learners, and that starts January 12th. That runs for a little bit over a month. That is very comprehensive testing. 9th and 10th grade are going to take Right Score again in February. That's going to be February 23rd to the 27th. And SAT School Day is on April 2nd this year. End of pathway assessments, April 13th through May 1st. And then we have the spring main administration of milestones. That's April 27th through May 8th. And then our AP exams, that's May 4th through May 15th.
So no ACT this year, no pre-ACT, which we did last year. So none of that. We will do our SAT prep for juniors again. Kira, you want to just explain that? That'll be coming up in January.
Sure, absolutely. So last year, for the first time, we offered in-school SAT preparation free of charge, and that is thanks to the Midtown Foundation, who very generously supported that endeavor. We had sessions with students we started with basically a pre-assessment where students came in. We replicated an SAT test setting. Students took the exam here on site using Blue Book, which is the testing platform that the College Board uses for the SAT, and then generated students' baseline scores. Throughout the spring, this was held from January until March. We anticipate the timeline to be similar this year. Students had an opportunity to take 4 in-person practice tests, and then additionally, we offered Wednesday after school test prep sessions, also 4 separate sessions. We had a good turnout. We did see an increase in student scores as a result of that, and we learned a lot through the process, so we're just going to build on it and make it even better this year. We're very excited to offer that to all of our juniors. So that is for juniors here at Midtown, and we will be sharing that information out with the community shortly.
So we were recently recognized for our arts program as one of the top 10 arts programs in the state. I'm wondering, Jennifer, can you put up the school profile that would list the productions for this year? Do you have that handy? We have a lot of theater productions and things going on this year.
Yes, I definitely can. I will say they are still deciding on the coffee chat, so those are not included quite yet, but our main production.
I mean the coffee houses?
Coffee house, yes.
Yeah.
But our main stage productions are already there. So yes, I can definitely pull that up.
So I know there's a glitch with our Teams, and many people can't get on outside of APS. So it's a good thing we're recording this so that people can listen afterward.
All right. So here is our school profile, our main stage productions this year, The Miraculous Journey of Edward Tulane, She Kills Monsters, Rent, Mean Girls, and then ending with our Midtown Film Festival.
All right. So are there any questions of the people that are on that we can answer? Okay. All right, we're going to close out now, but we will post this, of course, on the website so that anybody can look at it. And I'll be available to answer questions at another time this week, just an impromptu chat for anybody that would love to just spend some time with me. We'll do that a little bit later this week. So thank you for joining in, and this will be available as soon as possible. Thank you.